Hey y'all, we're here at our newest listing in Summerwalk subdivision over in Canton, and we're going to talk about what's going on in the market today.
Yeah, so we're in January.
Right. Yes.
And January is like, to me, the slowest month, because does anybody want to look at houses today? It's what?
It's cold.
It's
It's
a
like
teen.
10 degrees.
We've been outside shooting videos and we're trying to not shiver because it's not attractive. But this time of year, everybody starts making predictions for spring and summer.
Right.
So what have you been hearing?
Well, I think we've seen interest rates kind of come back down and settle a little bit. So people who had been waiting on interest rates to do so have kind of started to slowly come back to the market. And in some areas, we're seeing things really start to pick up before we get to spring, which is interesting.
Yeah, we have seen like just more showings and activity.
Yeah.
Now, I always say this time of year, there is 3 benefits to a buyer if they're looking right now. So like this house is in a subdivision that people want to be in because you're 2 minutes away from water that you can play in, and who doesn't
Sure.
want to do that? Sean, tell me the name again.
That is Hickory Log Creek Reservoir.
Perfect. And then it's got great amenities.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of houses that we'll start seeing more and more demand, because who wants those houses?
Come on,
Everybody. And the 3 benefits, let's hit that. So Carmen, what's one of the benefits for a buyer right now?
Right now, less competition. It's cold out. People don't want to go out and look at houses, and it's just, you're going to have a easier time finding something you really like.
Yeah, so when she says less competition, let's kind of define that, because we could have somebody that's never bought a house. So what she's talking about is back last year, we would get multiple offers on a house. So that's, you were competing with somebody else to win the house. And if you're competing with somebody else to win the house, is that ever fun? No. And it's definitely not fun if you don't win.
Right.
So right now, we're not really seeing a whole lot of multiple offers on just houses. What's another benefit, Meagen?
One of the other benefits is that everything is not blooming right now. So one of Jenny's favorite lines is, this is the ugliest part of the house, the ugliest time that you'll ever see it in the season, because nothing's blooming, the grass is not green, and if you like it now, you're going to love it when the things start blooming, when the greenery comes up, and you can really enjoy the space outside.
Yeah, and even like natural light. Like I was really impressed here because they've got a sunroom, they've got windows in the dining room. There's a lot of natural light coming in, but it's January, so it still feels a tad dark. But come spring and summer, it's
gonna be
for sure.
No. What's another benefit?
Well, I think we're all seeing a little bit of, more negotiation on the seller side of things. So for a buyer or first-time buyer, being able to strategize and be creative to get under contract and get to closing table becomes a little bit more easier this time of year.
Yeah, because a lot of times sellers this time of year want to move.
Yeah.
Like in the summertime, a lot more people put their house up to sale to possibly move if all the cards line up and everything's perfect. But usually when somebody's putting their house up in January, they have a desire to move.
Yes.
So they're more willing to say, send me your offer and let's see what we can do.
Right.
They still want what they want, but they're willing to negotiate some because they want to move.
Yeah.
Anything else? We gotta throw out a prediction on interest rates. That is what everybody asks me all the time. And I'm not even in mortgages, y'all. House prices would be more like, what do you think house prices are gonna do? But everybody wants to know interest rates. Do we think they'll get below 6 this year?
I think that would be iffy. I think we could be close to 6.
I think
Yeah.
I think if we get below 6, it's going to be because we've got so much chaos with the election coming up.
True.
So we might not want it. But we hope this helps. And if you have any questions or if you want to come see this house, all you have to do is reach out to us. In fact, I'm going to put all the details about this house at the very end. So stay tuned.